Welcome back, warriors of the mind. And if you're new here, this is where we explore ancient wisdom and translate it into lessons we can live by today. Every video is a step on the path, a path toward clarity, strength, and purpose. Today we continue that journey with a man who walked the way before any of us, Miyamoto Musashi. A swordsman, a philosopher, a strategist whose discipline shaped not just warriors but thinkers, artists, and leaders for centuries. Musashi lived by the sword, but what he truly mastered was the mind behind it. In his later years, after 60 duels without defeat, he retreated to a quiet cave. And there he wrote the Book of 5 Rings, a manual not for killing, but for understanding, for mastering perception, timing, and the self. More than 400 years later, his words still hold power, because the battles he described weren't just fought on the field, they're the same battles we fight every day. Against distraction, fear, and doubt. Water does not resist, it flows, it bends, it adapts, it becomes whatever it must. In the Book of 5 Rings, Musashi described 5 paths, 5 elements, each representing a stage of mastery: earth, water, fire, wind, and void. In the first book, the Book of Earth, we built the foundation: discipline, structure, and purpose. That was the beginning of the way. Now we move into the second teaching, the Book of Water. If Earth taught us how to stand firm, water teaches us how to move, to adapt, to flow. So if you're new to this series, you may wish to begin with the Book of Earth, to understand where the path begins. Because each book is not separate. They flow into one another just as water flows from the soil it springs from. Each of Musashi's books reveals not just technique, but perspective. Where Earth spoke of grounding, of roots and resolve, water speaks of motion, reflection, and inner transformation. He believed that to understand strategy, one must understand the self as deeply as the sword, and the element of water is the mirror between the two. This is the chapter of perception, of balance between emotion and control. Because to flow, one must first feel, to sense the rhythm beneath the noise of life. Still, yet alive, calm, yet unstoppable. Because in battle and in life, the enemy isn't always another person, sometimes it's your own rigidity. And Musashi's second book teaches us how to let go of form and discover strength in motion. A warrior who cannot see clearly strikes blindly. Musashi wrote that the mind must be like still water, reflective, not reactive. When the surface ripples, the reflection distorts. When emotions surge, perception warps. In neuroscience, this is known as the amygdala hijack. When fear or anger takes control, your rational brain goes silent. But when you learn to calm the waters of your mind, the prefrontal cortex, the seat of wisdom and reason, regains control. To see clearly, you must be still. Just as a lake reflects the mountains only when undisturbed, so too can your mind reflect truth only when it is calm. Musashi didn't teach silence of the body. He taught silence of perception. Because when the mind is quiet, the opponent reveals themselves. The modern world is loud, filled with chaos, noise, and reaction. Musashi's first command of water is clarity: be still, observe. And when the moment comes, strike with purpose. In that moment of stillness, awareness expands. You begin to notice the smallest things: a shift in the wind, the rhythm of another's breath, the faint echo of thought before it becomes action. This is mindfulness in motion. The samurai does not empty his mind. He fills it with clarity. In neuroscience, this resembles gamma coherence, when different parts of the brain synchronize in perfect order. It's not silence, it's harmony. And from that harmony, understanding arises. Timing is everything. To Musashi, combat was not about speed. It was about rhythm. The rhythm of breath, of movement, of intent. Every strike has its season, every victory its tempo. In neuroscience, timing connects to the basal ganglia, the part of your brain that learns through rhythm and repetition. When your actions align with rhythm, effort vanishes. You move with the current, not against it. Musashi called this striking in rhythm. It's what happens when training becomes instinct and instinct becomes truth. In this state, warriors move as if guided by unseen waves. No thought, no hesitation, only flow. Rhythm exists everywhere, in the pulse of the heart, in the cadence of footsteps, even in the timing of thoughts. Musashi said that the warrior must hear the rhythm of the world itself, the rise and fall of moments, the pause between the beats. When you move with that rhythm, you stop forcing outcomes, you anticipate them. Athletes, musicians, and martial artists all chase this same moment, when preparation meets rhythm and effort disappears. Water yields. It bends around stone. But given time, it shapes the very rock that resists it. Musashi's wisdom was not brute strength. It was adaptability. He wrote that a warrior must change stance, weapon, and mind according to circumstance. The rigid tree snaps in the storm. The reed bends and survives. In psychology, this is cognitive flexibility, the ability to shift your mindset when the world changes. Those who cannot adapt crumble under pressure. Those who can adapt evolve. The unbending warrior looks powerful until the current shifts. Then he is swept away. Musashi's art of strategy was never about overpowering. It was about understanding. Water teaches that you do not fight the current. You become it. When the mind is flexible, it cannot be broken. When the spirit adapts, it cannot be defeated. Musashi's genius was not in victory alone. It was in his ability to remain unchanged by loss. He fought over 60 duels, never defeated, yet his writings speak more of understanding than triumph. He saw adaptability as compassion, the ability to understand others so deeply that conflict could end before it began. In leadership, this is emotional intelligence. In combat, it is survival. The flexible mind does not submit. It transforms pressure into power. The shift from water to fire begins here, at the threshold between structure and spontaneity. Musashi wanted his students to see that form was a tool, not a cage. The stance, the breath, the cut, all are frameworks to be mastered, then forgotten. When you stop performing technique and start becoming it, you reach what modern psychology calls embodied cognition, where the body itself thinks and the mind follows instinct like a current. Musashi wrote, "You must understand the spirit of the way and not be bound by form. Form is necessary to learn, but fatal to cling to. A beginner learns the stance, the cut, the pattern, but the master forgets them." In neuroscience, mastery is called automaticity. When skill becomes subconscious, freeing the mind to move beyond technique, this is the flow state, where action and awareness merge, where time dissolves, where every move arises effortlessly from intention. Musashi described it as striking naturally. The sword moves not from thought, but from knowing, like water cascading from a mountain. It does not decide where to go. It simply follows the way. To be free, you must master form, but to be limitless, you must abandon it. And so Musashi teaches, the way of water is not to mimic its surface, but to embody its nature, soft, silent, unstoppable. Each drop of water, every wave and ripple, all of it moves towards something greater. Musashi's lesson is not simply to imitate nature, but to realize that we are nature. The warrior's reflection in the water is not a separate image. It is the self looking back, reminding us that stillness and motion are the same force, seen from different sides of time. The way is in training. The Book of Water is not about fighting, it's about flowing. It's about harmony between clarity and chaos, movement and stillness, thought and instinct. Musashi's words echo across time. If you wish to master life, do not resist it. Flow with it. Be as water, reflective, rhythmic, adaptable, and free. Because the warrior who learns to move like water cannot be trapped by form, cannot be bound by fear, and cannot be defeated by time. The current of life never stops flowing, and Musashi's way teaches us how to move with it. I hope you enjoyed this chapter of Musashi's teachings, the Book of Water. If you've walked with me this far, then you've learned to stand firm like the earth and to move with flow like water. But the journey doesn't end here. In the next book, the Book of Fire, Musashi reveals how to ignite the will, how to turn inner calm into fierce action, and how to strike with precision, power, and purpose. Because after stillness and flow comes the flame. I hope you enjoyed this video. Come and continue the journey with me. The fire awaits. I'll see you in the next one.